And welcome, everybody. I am joined with the great Dr. Silverage. Tonight, we're going to have a blast with the Incredible Hulk. And if we get to it, we'll look at some Fly comics from the old Archie superhero days. So hopefully you all can join us. We've got a couple of spectators already. How are you, sir? You doing okay?
Doing just wonderful, thank you. I want to thank you again for offering me the chance to come on and share some of my collection with you and the nice folks watching.
Well, it's always a pleasure. We are joined by an international audience. Apollo's in the audience tonight, so this is great. We're off to a good start. So we're going to show some great Incredible Hulk objects, and I thought we might start with a few magazines. Did you have number one with you?
Yeah, I've got them right here, ready to go.
All right, I'll put you at full screen.
Okay.
And you go right ahead.
Okay, and you wanted to go up to, what was it, 9?
Sure. I'm going to show number 11.
Number 11. Okay, that was it. I couldn't remember it. Okay. All right. Well, here we go with the first issue, number 1. And I remember seeing that on the mag rack at the store that I went and bought my comics at the time, and I was like psyched because I didn't know that this was coming out. And I'm a Hulk guy. Hulk's my guy, my Marvel guy, you know. So this was like, oh wow, all right, you know. So,
and for some of our viewers who may not be familiar, those first few issues were black and white.
Yes.
And then they switched over to color later on in the run.
Yep. And they changed the name to just Hulk instead of Rampaging Hulk. Here's number 2.
That's a great poster right there.
And the colors in that are nice. And number 3.
These are all great artists.
And then number 4.
Oh, sweet.
That's a dark cover there. And number 5, we got a little Submariner action guest star in there. And part 2 of that story. If I remember correctly, because it's been a while since I read these, what they did was they kind of did a little bit of a retelling of the first few issues of Hulk and was it Tales to Astonish, where I think they like 100 or 101, something like that.
I remember the origin issue looked really good. Nice new details and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was number 7. And number 8. I like this cover too.
Oh yeah, beautiful.
Some vibrant reds. But here is my favorite color of the lot. Cover, I mean, not color. Right here.
Yeah, that old Iron Man looks awesome.
Yeah, I just love that cover. It's great. Okay, the next one. This is probably my earliest variant cover. This is number 10, and it is the invisible variant cover.
Hey, all right.
This is, I mean, these are all my off the rack. So this one here was well loved, and the cover was lost to history somewhere.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with that.
But all right, and then you wanted to hit it with number 11, you said.
Okay. Let's see. I don't necessarily need to go full screen for this because I've scanned it. It's a good wraparound cover. So let me show those images real quick. So here's the front cover. And then I scanned the back cover and put them together. And you could tell my front cover has been a little faded over the years. It's not as bright pink as the back, and but this has some great artwork on the inside. Now we'll start off with the inside front cover, which is Walt Simonson. But the main story is by Ron Wilson. And if you like the Hulk taking on lions, this one's got your ticket punched, because here's at the circus. It's amazing. He started off in the circus back in the Avengers. And these lions get out and they just immediately want to pick a fight with him. And so they deserve whatever he dishes out to them. I suppose PETA might be a little mad at them, but and there's a double page spread. So I've put them together as best I could to show you the great. Imagine him getting out the ruler and drawing all the lines for this roller coaster.
I know. That's incredible. The detail.
I thought they looked pretty sweet.
Yeah, that's awesome. Like I said, it's been a while since I dragged these out of the long box there. So it's like, holy mackerel. I forgot just how good they were, you know. All right. We got number 12.
And who's in the background there with him?
Who is that? I'm not sure. Doesn't look like anybody I recognize, so it might be somebody they just made up for the story.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that one.
Yeah, me neither.
In the chat, Paulo was stating that Moon Knight's well known for being a backup feature, but then he's also been looking for Dominic Fortune and some of these others.
Bloodstone, yeah.
It'd be nice if they got collected somewhere.
Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't been, especially with the whole Moon Knight deal coming up and everything.
Yeah.
You know, I just bought the Moon Knight first appearance, the True Believers version, because I don't have that issue of Werewolf by Night, and I doubt I'll be able to afford it. So,
yeah.
But all righty, well, we go with number 13.
That's incredible. I didn't mean for that to be a pun, incredible, but it really is. It really is incredible. The back and everything.
This looks like right off like some kind of a 70s movie poster, doesn't it?
Sure does. Like Escape from New York or the Marvel version. Yeah.
Yeah. The Gauntlet, something, you know. All right. And then here's number 14. The cover held together with some masking tape. Again, I read through these things back in the day, man. And I would find a picture, and I'd have my sketch pad out and start drawing it up again. Here we go with number 16.
Yeah, so by this point, they've moved into little picture boxes for the cover.
Yeah.
Which I guess is fine, but I sure miss the full cover.
It's not the same. And here's another invisible variant cover for which one was this? This is number 17. So, and the story, The Biggest Game, and Nightborn 10 Years Gone. So, and then see, like this would have made a great full-length cover. Number 19.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that would have been a great cover, and it's just so minimized by you got to have the words and everything up there in that little picture window.
It's like the editor was really impressed with all 3 or 4 of those stories. He had to have the little paragraph to tell you the title of each story or description, and he chose that over the art. So that's
he had to tell us that he's a Marvel superstar and he's in color, like we didn't know, you know?
or the TV sensation,
right? You know, crazy. And here we go with number 20. We're back to full covers, though.
Oh, here we go.
So I like that cover so much. In fact, I recently found, I did a picture. I redrew the Hulk from this cover, and I just found that in amongst some of my portfolio stuff. And I'm like, holy mackerel, that's old.
Yeah.
All right. And number 21.
No, I show old drawings on my channel. Feel free to grab some of those if you want. We'd be glad to take
Yeah,
a
I've got
gander.
them. Yeah, they're over there in my portfolio thing to keep them. I do have some sketch pads, but I don't know if I'd want to show them. Oh, and this is the last issue I have, which is 22.
Wow.
Great stuff, man. It really is. So I'm still trying to get the entire series, picking them up here and there when I can. So I only need a handful more. So
we should also point out that you were kind enough to decorate your background for us. You really went all out there.
Well, the Hulk's my guy. I told you, man.
Yeah.
And, so when you told me it was going to be the Hulk, I'm like, oh, okay, we're on, And so I brought out all the stuff, the Hulk hands, brought out the action figures, the Viewmaster, the Polar Lights model that I got not too long ago, the old Hulk cereal box from up there, paperback, a Hulk versus Ultron. I don't know if you can see it way up there. Hulk versus Ultron Christmas ornament. I got a Hulk lunchbox. I got the Hulk versus the Thing graphic novel, and if you look right beside it, I got the thing, Hulk putting the numb on the Thing right there. Then a nice, it's like a 3D picture of my favorite Hulk cover, that giant size #1 special. Various action figures. I got that picture up there that's framed. That's a Joe Jusko artwork I got at the Boston Comic Con, and he did all those corner boxes. He must have did about, I don't know. He had to do about 15 of them. And I wished I'd have had the money to get the rest of them because they were real nice. But I had to pick up my guy Hulk. So, and then of course, I got the Absorbing Man, who is my favorite Marvel villain and my favorite Hulk foil. So I had to pick up an action figure of him. We got some of the Hulk cartoons from 1966. What else? We got a Hulk Funko Pop, one of the few that I have, and it's the Hulk there from, what is it? The Thor Ragnarok. I don't know if it shows up too well, but so yeah, I brought everything out that I could find. So,
well, in the chat, they're asking each other about Lou Ferrigno covers. I remember being a kid seeing in the convenience stores a magazine talking about the Hulk TV show, and if I describe it, you'll picture it in your mind. It starts off with Bill Bixby, and then there's two images where he's in transition, and then finally it's the Hulk, Lou Ferrigno, as being green. And inside it had pictures of the movie. And I remember being a kid looking at those pictures, and if you look real closely, you could see where some of that green paint is washing off of Lou Ferrigno's hand. But that's a great magazine I no longer have. I wish you can go back in time and kick yourself for getting rid of anything.
Oh, yes. But, many times.
Speaking of my childhood memories, let me show you this. It's a Hulk record.
Yes. Awesome.
And I remember begging my parents every time we went into the store, say, "Hey, let me have that record." And they kept turning me down. But fortunately, no one bought it. And so every time we'd go, it would be there. And I finally wore them down, and they got it for me. Now, this has like 2 stories on one side of the album, 2 stories on the other. But the artwork is pretty good. He's a real tough guy.
Yeah. Yeah, very cool. I used to have the small, what was it, Power Records, the one that came with the comic, and it had Hulk fighting the Abomination and I think the Rhino on the cover. And I used to have that one, but I have no idea where that went. So I wish I had everything, like you said, that you had back in the day, man, because that would be awesome now.
And I didn't want to pull it out, but one of my videos where I do a walkthrough of my house, I have a little bitty car. Well, it's a big truck, but if you look in the back of it and hold it up to the light, you could see an image of the Hulk inside the truck, like he's wanting to break out. And I did my best to hold the camera right there. It's shaky. But I got a picture of it. So
that's pretty cool.
And see, I'll show you this. This is a Super 8 video, or not video, just an old reel movie. And it's black and white. Here's the back of the film strip. So it shows all the other movies and characters you can get. And I still have it. But it's black and white. There's no audio, but they did subtitle it, so you read along. And
those are so cool. I remember we used to go every Wednesday night was grocery shopping night, and for a year or so we went to this mall and got groceries, and they had a hobby shop, Fitz Photo and Hobby, and I used to go there. That was my babysitter while they went and got groceries. I was probably, I don't know, probably 12, 13, somewhere around there. And they used to have a lot of those. And that's where I bought mine. I bought I had a Spider-Man one, and I had one. It was, I can't remember if it was an Iron Man or Captain America, but it was the one with the Masters of Evil fighting the Avengers.
Yeah.
And I had both of those. And again, that stuff is lost to time.
Did it look like number 6? Because that's kind of something like that.
It was that story, though.
Okay. Okay.
And it's funny because that story seems to have had a place in my life, because the first time I saw those cartoons, trying to get them in on the old rabbit ears back in 67, I think it was for me. You know, the first one I saw was that cartoon with them fighting the Masters of Evil, because it had the radioactive man in it, and he was a fascinating character to me. And I remember he got wrapped up in a balloon and was being floated away. You know, and it's funny how that keeps that particular story and whatnot cartoon keeps coming back into my life. So it's just funny.
So I was basically born in 70, and so I totally enjoyed the movies, or the TV movie, I guess you call it, the Hulk, and his origin story, and trying to get his wife that was trapped in a car. He's trying to lift the car up, and I thought it was a great story. I had no idea about the comics. Then one day I'm at the store and I see this little paperback that retells the first 6 issues. And this is the best thing you could get back then, because I, of course, didn't have the first 6 issues, but that told the story. And as a little child, I'm realizing, you mean he was a scientist and he was trapped in a atomic bomb explosion? And I thought that was way better than lifting the car. Now, the lifting the car is pretty good, and I can see why Hollywood did that, because number one, it's real cheap to film. You don't have to have a missile silo, an army base, all these soldiers running around in jeeps. You don't have to cast General Ross, Betsy Ross, Rick Jones. All you have to do is have a car that's upside down and tell Bill Bixby to go over there and try to lift it. And you just film everything. So I can see why they did that. But the books were so much better than the TV show. And of course, we were thrilled to have the TV show.
Yes.
And now you look back at it and you go, boy, I wish they would have done a little bit different here, a little bit different there. And I don't know how many times you can just stop what you're doing and have Lou Ferrigno go, "Rrr." Well, okay, let's come on, Lou, let's get in the action. And the bad guys are over there, but he has to stop and growl at them for a while. And but I'm being real critical, but I tell you, being a little boy, this was it. And first of all, what a great image. That's one of the classic trademarks. If they want to, put the Hulk's image on something, they just reach for that one. Yes, fantastic. Now, for people that are going to go get that, they have shrunk everything down real small. And for someone my age, it's kind of hard to read. Yeah. But, And then, of course, you're on the lookout for more Marvel books like that. And you get all the Spider-Man reprints. And it's if you missed the Silver Age like I did, this was great stuff. And it was usually Jack Kirby artwork. Yeah,
for those first 6. Although
Steve Ditko does number 6. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And actually, I think also Ditko in number 2, I think Ditko inks over Kirby's work, I think as well. So, but this is I've had this since my childhood. So this one stays in.
And when they were starting to do all the Marvel Masterworks, if I could take you back in time, you started to realize, they're going to reproduce 10 issues. Every 10 issues. This is great. The first 10 Fantastic Four. The first 10 Avengers. But when they did the Hulk, they did the first 6. And you felt kind of robbed. Hey, you guys could have thrown in Tales to Astonish or maybe Avengers 1, because that was the next appearance of the Hulk or FF12. But since we're talking about the first 6 books, the really hard ones to get, I believe you have a few of those. I think starting with number 2.
I do. Right here. There we go. Now, there's a little bit of a story why there's the sticker on the Mylar and why I left it that way. This is number 2, and it is signed by Stan Lee right here. Had him sign it at the Boston Comic-Con back about 4 or 5 years ago.
Boy, he did a number on the General's face, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He did. I'm glad to have it signed by him, because it was my only chance to have him do anything like that. But the more I thought about it, the more it's like, geez, I wished I'd have had him just right on the inside, maybe the bottom of the first splash page, rather than the cover.
Yeah.
Because, it's hard to even make out that's anybody's signature, but I paid the extra to get the certificate. But if you look on the thing, it says $200. That's what I paid for it. What was it? $19.89. That's what I paid for it. Was $200. And I'm telling you, I'd never be able to afford this book in the shape that it's in ever again. So these are probably going to go in the box with me when I'm gone. So,
well, that time period is fantastic. 1962. It seems like every Marvel cover they made was just beautiful from edge to edge.
Yeah, 62. That's when I was born. Let's see. This is number 3. Just fantastic. I never ever thought at the time that I'd ever own these books. like I said, you read about them. I had that same book there, but when they just happened to come along, timing was everything. Just happened to be the right place, right time. Had expendable income at the time, and it was like, okay, here we go. And this is number 4. Trying to.
Yeah, about that time, they're really into the character of he's like a Jekyll and Hyde, daytime, nighttime,
Right.
and he's got all that equipment in his laboratory, which is apparently off the base, out in the desert, in a mountain somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know how he carted all that stuff off in the middle of the night and hooked it all up. But I totally
looking for logic in comics.
No. Sometimes I'm my own worst enemy, but I still dug it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I don't know what it was that made me gravitate to the Hulk. I don't know whether it was just the strength or the whole thing going from like a 95-pound weakling type of thing to incredibly strong. I think probably did it. But here we go with number 5. And Tyrannus.
Yes. And as a little kid, I would stare at that statue bust up there in the top corner. It's like, wow, he threw in a detail that is just awesome.
Very cool. And number 6 is the one done by Ditko with the Metal Master. So
now I don't know if Metal Master ever made a return cameo in anything. There's probably a good Marvel fan probably knows that. I
don't think he ever showed back up. I mean, the only place I remember seeing him other than that issue was the early Rampaging Hulk magazine. They redid it, you know, and that was about it, you know.
And of course, he predates Magneto, probably by half a year or a year.
And you mentioned Fantastic 412.
Yes.
With the Hulk.
Yeah, that's the same month as number 6 is on the newsstand. He's also over there in the FF.
Yeah. I love the coloring they did on this cover. The way they put the shading on both him and the Thing. You know, it's like green.
Yes.
It's not like black shading. It's like a darker green and a darker orange for the Thing.
Yes, and some of our viewers may remember that both you and I were on the Gratu Orlov show, and I said, hey, grab that number 12 again, and I held up the Marvel Comics or Marvel Greatest Comics reprint, and the reprint doesn't have the shading.
Right.
It's good if you want a basic image to perhaps trace or practice drawing.
Right.
But FF number 12 has the shading on the shoulders and the fists and everything.
I just really, really like that, the way they did that. So, and then the other one I had that was outside of out of these, what of note was
yes,
Spidey number 14 with the Hulk. So,
and on one hand, you kind of wish they had a really cool cover of the Cave with Green Goblin. But it's great that they snuck the Hulk in there. So I don't complain about that one. It's still a great cover. So
yeah. And how about 100 issues from number 12? They fight again.
Exactly. Yeah, and before that was of course 25, 26. Yeah.
Somewhere in there. Yeah, I got those ones too. But yeah, those are just, if the Hulk was in it, man, I tried to get it. Simple as that.
So I don't know if you're planning on showing any Tales to Astonish, but the next time the Hulk shows up in his own book with his own title is number 102. And so they call it a big premiere issue, but it's basically Still, it's great artwork. It'd be a good poster, especially for someone that's just getting started in it. But 102 is great. And I didn't know if you were going to do any tales.
Yeah, I got when he first showed back up. This is number 59.
Oh, yes.
And
again, it's nice to have that little stuff at the bottom, but at some point you're saying, give us the whole image of just those two giants fighting each other. So
yeah. So I love that one. And this was the very next issue where it went from fighting Giant Man to becoming a second feature.
Yes.
So he finally got to get his own book, or half a book, if you will. And then, of course, he was in Tales to Astonish right up to 101. And then 101 turned into Hulk, Incredible Hulk 102. I have that run of Tales to Astonish. I don't know how many you want to see, or if you want to just move on to the Hulk series itself, or
no, show us. I've learned we like to look at everything.
Okay. I'm just going to grab a.
Of course, the highlight for me will be number 93.
93.
The Silver Surfer on the cover.
There's a couple of them I like in here. Whoops. There at one point, Giant Man disappears, and now we've got Submariner as the co-feature in there.
Yes.
So here we go with number 75. I just went back and grabbed just a handful.
Yeah.
And then they rotated covers between Submariner and Hulk. So there's
right.
That one there real quick.
And I prefer the Hulk issue, the covers. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, me too.
And there's the great reveal. Banner is Hulk. Yeah.
That's it. That's it. So, love this color. I love the color on Hulk in this one too. This is him fighting Hercules. I love the red in the background, and the green on the Hulk just kind of makes it pop. And then we have number 81.
Yeah, the villain there was better than I thought he would be. His ability is fantastic.
He was wasn't he another Captain Boomerang type?
Something, yeah.
So,
Movie World Comics, one of our youngest viewers, glad to have you here today. He says he looked it up, and for years, Metal Master was not used in comic books, but a few years ago, they brought him back for a Black Bolt miniseries.
Really?
Well, good to know.
Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed that. Wow, that's interesting. Here's another one of my favorite covers. It's done by Gil Kane.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's the number 87. So that's just a great cover. So I gotta just show one thing that's kind of if you look real close at this, I don't know if my camera will pick it up, but there's a sticker on the actual cover to the comic book. Okay. Yeah. And it says something about where is it here? Now see all your favorite Marvel superheroes Monday nights at 7 on channel WGAN channel 13. Well, channel 13 is about an hour from me. This is the channel I used to watch them on. So when I saw that, I had to buy that, even though it's, kind of wrecks the cover and everything, but it's just such a unique thing that they would have that on there. And that has to be a vintage piece, But
that'd be about 1966 or somewhere abouts.
67, I think. without opening her up. I think it's 67. Let's see. What else we got in here? Oh, yeah. Here's another one of my favorite Tales to Astonish covers. Gil Kane.
The Abomination.
Hulk.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hulk fighting the Abomination. That is just, I love that cover. That's probably my second favorite Hulk cover behind the King Size Special, #1, done by Steranko. So, and I think you might recognize this one because you just mentioned it.
There he is, number 93.
Yeah. So, all right. And let's see here. We'll grab the last few. That'll take us right up to 102. So we got number 95 with the High Evolutionary, which, if I'm not mistaken, he's going to be in some movie or TV show too, or something like that. Oh. Let's see here. Number 97. I'm skipping the Submariner ones.
Yeah, good.
So,
yeah, these are the best.
Yeah. Number 99, which isn't a bad cover at all.
I'll get a thumbs down from all the Submariner fans out there.
Uh-oh.
Legions of them, probably. You know.
Oh, yeah. And then we got 100.
That's a great cover.
Yeah, with the big battle. 22-page epic length battle.
Yeah, that was nice of them to count for us.
I know, really. And then the final issue of Tales to Astonish, 101, where Hulk goes up to Asgard. And this right here led directly, I think it skipped a month because they did the special Iron Man and Submariner.
Yep.
One shot. And then I believe the following month, they started with Hulk 102 out of his own series. Just carried on the numbering from Tales to Astonish and went right to 102. So,
which on some level, they could have picked up a number 7, but oh well.
Why not?
We're not going to complain. So I showed 102 earlier, and I'm sure you have these as well. There's the Space Pirate for 103.
Mm-hmm.
The story is so-so, but the better one's coming up with the Rhino, 104.
Yeah, I like that one.
And I think they tried to make this a poster one time, 105.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I've seen it on those metal ones. They're trying to make them look distressed or whatever, like an old cover. Yeah. Yep, the missing link. Fighting the missing link.
And the helicarrier or something up there.
Yeah.
Oh, a couple of them out of order, but great Kazar appearance. It's such a good one. You got to have more than one of those. And I'll show one more. 111.
All right. You want me to pick up from there?
Surely.
All righty. That was 111. And there's 111, but I love that cover. That's a cool cover too. I mean, it's hard to have a bad Hulk cover as far as I'm concerned, but anyway. All right. Here's 112.
And if you want to do a stereo.
Oh, there we go. All right.
Hopefully you have 113. Hopefully it's better than mine. Uh,
I do have
great.
113.
Yeah, let me put you at full screen. These are so good. We need to see them.
I love
Yeah.
that the red and the green. I mean, that's awesome.
I like putting that next to the Fantastic Four. I believe it's 61, where Sandman has all four of the Fantastic Four,
Oh yeah, yep,
and it's almost a similar pose. And it's at that time period where he's got that crazy costume
yeah,
instead of the green shirt.
yeah. His whatever space costume. I used to think of it as a kid. Wow, he's in a space costume. But yeah, and here's the second part of that story.
Yes,
114.
yes. I always joke about that cover. If that were a movie, Mandarin just turned his back to the camera, and they might have to reshoot the scene. But
And we
yeah,
have
115,
yeah.
where it's too bad the leader, they didn't give him a hat to wear. I always thought, a nice little sombrero or a bowler would.
Top hat.
Yeah.
10-gallon hat. You got a
You,
10-gallon forehead. He could fill it.
you got 116.
Yeah.
I'll let yours go, but go ahead and show it back up there. I want people to see that the art is good, but I thought, wait a minute, you're trying to get out of drawing a background, and so you're just going to draw a bunch of little swirly lines and stuff. That's the art critic in me. But I give us a black background or something.
Well, here you go. You get your wish with number 117.
Yeah. And the great thing about that, the bad guy is so imposing.
Mm. Another minion of the leader. This right here this is one of the first Hulk books, if not the first Hulk book that I remember seeing and owning. It is 118.
Yes.
Where he's fighting the Submariner again. I remember picking that up at the Rexall drugstore downtown, man.
And it's a good Herb. I call him Herb Trimpy. I don't know if it's Trimp or Trimpy, but I've kind of done both.
I believe it's Trimpy. That's what I've always heard. And then now we got 119.
Good old Maximus, yes.
Yeah. I'm a sucker for the close-up covers like that. I just like that. And then we have 120.
Now, there's always some guy turning around, looking at you, telling you what's going on, or some nonsense like that.
Who was it that was known for that? Was it Kirby?
Probably.
Kirby was known for that? Always having somebody in the foreground.
Yeah.
Doing one of those. Yeah. 121.
And one of my favorites.
Yeah.
The villain is as a little kid, I'm looking at that going, wow, this dude could really hurt the Hulk. And it's another great Herb Trimpy cover.
Mm. And in 122 starring the Fantastic Four.
Yes. Now at this point, even though the Thing has fought him a few times, all of a sudden, by him being too close to the Hulk, the Thing starts to kind of lose his sensibilities. And wait a minute, I may be jumping the gun. At one point, he joins the Hulk, and I think, I'm jumping the gun. Later on, that's where they're in St. Louis, and they're battling
at the Arch.
Yeah.
Like 120s or something like that.
Yeah. We're close to those.
Fantastic Four. Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. I remember that. Yeah. It was great to see them team up, because being a pro wrestling fan, that kind of it was like a heel turn or something, So we got 123.
Yes.
Alita's back again. And now we got the Rhino showing back up for 124.
Yeah, messing up a good wedding there.
And this was the book that made me a fan of The Absorbing Man. Absolutely. That is 125. So good. I had to, like you said, get two. No. I just love that character. I just always thought it was such a cool power to have if you could turn into whatever you touched, except he always seemed to touch the wrong thing at the end of the story. I remember there was he got put in cardboard, I think, in a Thor magazine. He thought it was wood or something like that, and he wound up being in a cardboard and floating down a river or something like that. And he shows up next, I think, in a Hulk magazine, and they explained how I'm like, how did he escape that? He was soggy cardboard. How did he? But he touched water and turned into water and then touched sand. And so, but I was always enamored with that character. And we got 126.
Yeah,
is that the original Nightcrawler?
Yeah, I was going to say, it's a lackluster cover to me, but yeah, Marvel sure does use those names over and over and over again. Now, the next couple are sweet looking.
Oh, okay. 127.
Yeah.
Mogul. Love that. This one here I love too. 128.
Yeah, the Avengers.
With the Avengers. I was always a fan of Goliath. Clint Barton as Goliath. I just loved the costume. I loved the idea of the giant. So I was a big fan of the Avengers during that period. So.
And you know, I loved 121 with the glob. And you know what's coming up next?
That's right. I was just going to say, he's back.
What a poster. What a poster. Hopefully our fans can see, once again, the perspective and the little barn and houses down below. It's beautiful. There's a highway at the top above the Hulk title with cars on the highway. This is detail, tremendous detail. And
you have the right perspective looking down like that, to be able to draw that in correct perspective. I mean, I guess that's why they were pros.
Oh, definitely.
They could do it. I like this cover too. 130. I say that about a lot of covers, a lot of Hulk covers anyway, but it's just, what can I tell you? I just love the Hulk. I like that one because, he's fighting himself? How's that possible?
Of course, the next one with Iron Man's coming up. That's the sweet one.
Right there.
I'm cheating. I'm looking at mine in my stack, and I know what's coming up. Yeah, any good Hulk Iron Man battle is always worth it.
Yep. All right. Here we go with 132. Now, is that the one with his buddy Jim Wilson dies? I'm not sure if that's the person he's holding, the kid he's holding. Jim Wilson, I believe, was his name. And I know he dies somewhere in the series, and I don't know if it's that particular issue or not.
Yeah, that is Jim, but I don't know if he dies.
Yeah. We got 133. I apologize for the glare.
Oh, no. I would show mine, but the glare's worse over here.
And here we go. In the Shadow of the Golem.
Yeah. Now there, Trippy, the face could have been a smidge better, but not too bad.
I found that Herb Trimpe's early work on the Hulk I thought it looked much better. And when he gets around to this kind of point, I call him, it's like he makes the Hulk like shiny.
Yeah.
It's almost like he's armor instead of, that being flesh. And I was never a fan of that. I didn't like that look.
Well, this will be about the time Kirby has left for DC, and I kind of wonder if they were trying to go for a special look of a kind of a Kirby-esque. The next one's a Kang cover.
Yeah.
And Kang looks pretty tough, and his stance there looks pretty tough.
Yeah.
and if you like calendar dates attacking heroes, 1971.
I know, getting crushed by calendar dates. All right, now we got Xeron, the Star Slayer. It was, I just really, really enjoyed the series. I got to admit, I enjoyed a lot of Marvel series back then because I liked the way they did the formula. He might face the leader and he'd beat the leader, and then the next month there's a new villain. And then, 3, 4, 5 months down the road, the leader comes back and explains how he was able to overcome whatever adversity the Hulk gave him. And here's this one here.
Yeah, this might be the one way to get rid of the Hulk is leave him trapped in space.
Well, you would think that, right?
Yeah.
But somehow, I think he can hold his breath and crash down to Earth. And we go 138 with the Sandman back.
Yes. Still with that new costume.
Yep. This is a cool cover too. I was real excited to see this. Then it didn't turn out to be exactly what you thought it was going to be. And this is number 139. Yeah, 139. And you can see he's got his rogues gallery coming after him.
Yeah, and I don't think those guys would actually agree to get along for any amount of time. Or who would be in charge,
Exactly. Who's going to take the lead? And then we got into the Hulk's love life here with Harlan Ellison doing the honors. This is 140.
Yes, and time-wise, you'll need Avengers 88.
Yes, with Cyclops.
Just before what you're showing there.
Yeah.
And that's, I just...
old bug eyes.
I throw that in there to make sure I have kind of a chronological... I hate getting to a spot where, oh no, I need another issue, and it's over there in another box. So... what that was the reprint, Marvel Superheroes.
Oh, okay.
So you don't have to mess up your Avengers collection. You just put that in the stack of Hulk books. So when I go through and read them in order again.
I actually have that issue, but I've got it with all my Marvel Superheroes in that series. But that probably would be a good idea to get another copy of it and put it in there. I think that I might have to look into doing that.
Now you get ready to show 140, right?
Yeah, 141. That was 140.
Oh, you already showed 140. Yeah.
And then 141.
Oh, what a great! Let's let everybody see that in stereo.
Doc Samson.
Samson was a great character.
It was. I really thought it was a good character. And it kind of gave the Hulk somebody not quite on his level, because the madder Hulk gets, the stronger he gets. But, somebody close to his level.
Yeah, Valkyrie there.
Yep.
Oh,
Brunhilde.
Or, yeah, I guess I should say that.
And then 143.
Yeah, then you get into a Doctor Doom 2-part story.
Yep. That's the first part, and here is the second part with 144. Still 15 cents.
I think that story got in a Treasury edition.
Oh, yeah.
I think so.
I remember seeing the Doctor Doom cover on it. Yeah.
Apollo says Jim Wilson died much later. He made it all the way to the 1990s there.
Did he? I knew he died. I couldn't remember if it was that one or not. 145 was a 25 center.
Yeah.
And then 146, they went up to 25 for one issue and then brought it back down to 20. So the 15-cent era was over.
Now I don't know if they tricked DC into going along with that price hike, and then they backstabbed them by jumping right down to 20. I hate to be spreading a rumor that's probably not true, but it sounds something like something they would do.
Oh, we need to have that investigated.
Yeah.
All right, we got 147. The leader back yet again. I don't know why, but I got 2 issues of that one. I don't remember anything standing out. And then we got 148,
And
where we bring back Jarella, his girlfriend there.
And this one is drawn by Herb Trimpe and I think inked by, Severin. It's written on the bottom there. Good stuff.
And we have 149, The Inheritor.
Yeah, I don't think The Inheritor is going to make it to any movie anytime soon.
Yeah, I'd probably have to agree with you there. Not exactly high on the villain list.
Now that's 150 coming up. The X-Men fans want it. I believe that's Lorna, right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Right
Polaris.
there. Yeah. I couldn't think of her name. Polaris. You're right. Yeah. All righty. And then 151, The Crawling Unknown. Well, we still don't know what it is. And the Fantastic Four are back, along with Cap and Daredevil.
Nick Fury, yep.
Yeah. Let me know if I'm going too fast, too slow on these. Or...
Oh, no. Every now and then I jump in to show stereo, like we're getting ready for a courtroom drama.
There you go.
Poor Matt Murdock there is... he loses control of a lot of cases here.
And he actually appeared in one of those Hulk movies you were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
From one of the television Hulk movies. 154 with Ant-Man. This one here is my off-the-rack copy. And it is well loved, as you can tell. If you get a close up, it's pretty beat up. So I went and got a better copy to upgrade.
Now, I think around this time, that Ant-Man cover, he was getting ready to be in his own series, Marvel feature.
I think it was either he had already started it or it was right about to.
Yeah, I should have looked that up.
Marvel feature, the early issues of Marvel feature. I think the first 3 or something were like the Defenders.
Yeah,
I think after that he became the feature in it. Might have been a Doctor Strange or Captain Marvel in there. I can't remember. But 155. Yeah, there you go.
This is for the 1972 fans.
Here's another cover I like. This is 156.
Yeah.
Just cool. Just a cool looking cover. Oh, yes, here it is right here, I think. 157 with Jim Wilson. Again.
Yeah, at this point in the 70s, they were really into the box. I call it a box.
Yeah, picture window or...
Yeah, there you go. That's probably a better word for it.
Yeah. Yep. They did that on all their titles. Yep. 158. We got the Rhino back again.
Yeah, a lot's going on this cover. You got these beasts that walk like men in the background, and that soldier is shooting at something. He's about to take the general's head off there if he's not careful.
And then the good old Abomination.
Oh, yeah. And he looks much more menacing from that angle. Up next is Tiger Shark, which is kind of a strange...
I was just going to say that. This one here, 160, he's got a weird villain. I mean, he was a Submariner villain. How he wound up in a Hulk magazine, I still don't know. But Tiger Shark. And then 161.
Oh, the Mimic.
No.
The death of the Mimic.
Yep. Yep. We're showing up a couple of times in the X-Men. And then we got 162 with the Wendigo, who will go on to play a key role later on. This was another villain that I didn't get. Just the Gremlin, number 163. Just the Gremlin. Okay.
Yeah, he's from the first issue though, so he makes a nice return.
I just didn't get him, I guess. It just wasn't.
Yeah, because he gets cured of his skin conditioner or his looks or whatever it was in the first issue. And he swears off not being a communist anymore. But by this time, 10 years later, he's back to being a bad guy.
Yeah, what was his name? Kurgo or something like that? No, that wasn't. Was it him? Or am I getting confused with the Fantastic Four?
Yeah, I don't have it. I don't have any.
I can't remember.
In your little bitty book, you've probably got it there. The reprint of. Yeah. It's the backstory of the Hulk origin. Yeah. I'll get caught up with some of these comments here.
All right. Oh, where are you? This has got to be it. They all look like Russians.
Yeah, it'll show them all being scared to go talk to the guy or something.
Oh, that's Mongo. Well, it's going to make it difficult on me. Prisoners of the Toadmen. Oh, I'm not. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Holy Hannah. Blah, blah, blah. Looking to see if...
Yeah, they might refer to him as by his rank or something in the Communist Party.
I think they called him the gargoyle.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So, all right. So, all right. So we're back at it at 164 with Captain Omen and the Unhuman Hordes.
Yeah, there's another guy looking back at us, telling us something. Yeah. Yeah, look at those beefy guys on him, boy.
And then let's see, we got Aquan for 165.
Yeah.
That's another one that I don't think ever showed up again. The villain of the month. And here we go with Zax. Although I don't think they call him Zax. They call it the thing from the Dynamo. And I don't know if you can see it right here. I got a Zax action figure. So
I didn't know they made such a thing. That is great.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. It was made from the what was it, the cartoon, I think, from, was it the 90s? I think it was. 167, we got MODOK. And he's wearing a suit of armor that will fit his head. The giant. And then we have, oh yes, this is when I believe it was Hulk's girlfriend Betty there turned into the Harpy.
Oh, yeah. Great cover.
Yeah, cool. And the Bi Beast, 169. Whoops.
Yeah, that dude was weird. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, how do you eat?
Yeah, exactly.
You know? I mean, if you eat, does your brother choke on it? What? I don't know.
Yeah, and you know, if he drops crumbs in the guy's face, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
You're blinded while you're fighting a villain or something. I mean, a
Oh.
hero or something. You know, all kinds of things could go wrong.
And boy, I hate to say it, if the top guy gets sick and has to, yeah, boy, yeah.
Things you got to take into consideration. You know. All right, we got 170.
Yeah, this commentary is definitely going to get us a bunch of thumbs up.
Either that or you're never going to have me back on again.
No.
Oh, here we go with 171. This was the one they used to have a power record.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Right. And this was the one. And I used to have that, but like I said, a lot of that stuff long since gone. But anytime you could get the Abomination and the Rhino in there, going to give some competition to the Hulk. But then it looked like Hulk did a heel turn, joined the Juggernaut.
Yeah, and the X-Men fans have driven the price of that one up too, because the Juggernaut being a mutant.
Well, really?
Yeah,
because I don't follow the prices on them.
Yeah, I had to pay pretty good to get my copy, because anything with the early 70s appearances of some of these mutants were driving the price up. It's kind of like mutant speculation was replaced with movie speculation now. So
yeah, unfortunately, but yeah, most of these 15 and 20 centers, they were my off the racks. So I was lucky enough that way. 173 with an interesting villain. I always thought he was the Cobalt Man. He was an early X-Men villain.
Right.
With a different kind of costume back then. It was like a progression like Iron Man was, kind of, you know. And here he is in outer space. Liked it so much, I got 2.
Oh, sweet.
And then we got Hulk taking on the Inhumans. I always liked Karnak, but my favorite was Triton.
Yeah.
I love Triton. I actually have a Triton action figure, which I didn't know they made, but I found one. 176. I think he's back on. Yeah, I was going to say he's back on Counter Earth again. And with Counter Earth, I believe, comes Adam Warlock.
We are approaching that time period where somebody might accidentally let their subscription slide, and they might miss out on something coming up in a month or two.
178 with more the conclusion of the Adam Warlock saga. And then this was a beloved villain, if you want to call him even a villain, the Missing Link.
Yeah, don't they kind of work together for a while, or is Bruce Banner? Or
yeah, especially in this story here. Again, he dies at some point during the series, and it's a very poignant story because he was kind of misunderstood and tried to make things right. I think he was like working in a not a mill. What am I trying to say? Where you go underground?
A mine,
like mine. I think he was working in a mine or something like that, and he'd become kind of like adopted by the miners and stuff like that as a good guy. And here it is, the Hulk going to come in.
Could you show the that cover again?
Sure.
I wanted people to notice the title there. It says Hulk Goes Wild, because up until this point in time, the Hulk's been very, docile and friendly, and
yeah.
But this time he goes wild. So
that's it. Now he means business.
That's right. Glad they pointed that out for us. So.
Yes. And then we got one. Oh, wait a minute. Had them backwards here. There we go. It makes it easier. All right. Then we got, of course, one of the three that everybody knows is 180 with Hulk taking on Wendigo.
Yeah, we won't get involved in all the controversy between that issue and the next issue.
Yeah.
About which one's more important.
I don't know. In my mind, I just think it's a very simple thing. It's black and white, but I okay. And here it is. This is the one everybody goes after is 181.
We'll leave it at that, and then everybody with their own opinion will think we're agreeing with them.
Exactly. So. Yeah, that's one of those ones. Like I said, I was lucky to get it off the rack. And who knew?
Hold off a second. I wanted to let everybody know, if you don't have 180 and 181, don't feel bad. I think reprints are fantastic, and this is a good one that does both 180 and 181. So if you wanting to find a good value, just pick this one up. Has a nice wraparound cover, and I pieced the two together there to show you. So we're not trying to make anyone feel bad if they don't have a certain issue.
Certainly not. No.
We just want you to read them. That's all.
Yeah. And believe me, I have many of reprints because I can't afford to buy the original ones.
And I have the reprint of that next one coming up, that 182. I thought it was a real good reprint.
But all right, here's 182.
Yeah.
So, and then we got the return of Zax. And 184. He gets attacked by the living shadow. I just wonder, is Hulk's shadow as strong as he is?
Only the shadow knows.
Ba-dum-bum. Good night, folks. Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
And we got 185. I never liked this cover. I don't know whether it was the background or what. This is not one of my favorites. But
Yeah.
And then we got the Day of the Devastator, 186.
Yeah, that's not an action figure I'm probably going to see anytime soon. I should try to make one.
Oh, there you go. Oh. You want me to keep going?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I
Okay.
can't wait to get to the 200s. So we're going to rock and roll on those.
Okay, we're closing in. We're at 187. We got the Gremlin back.
Yeah, he's determined to show up whether you like him or not.
Yep. And here he is again. Can't see enough of him, I guess. Yes, I can. And then 189.
Oh, the Mole Man.
Yep.
A great villain. I wish they would have used him a little different. He was just a great villain. Yeah. And he got a lot done, all the machines and stuff, all that being under the ground. And you'd think he'd get flooded out. Here I am. Never mind. I'm rambling again.
Go right ahead. You're the host. You can do whatever you want.
He always amazes me, though.
Okay, we're at 190 with the introduction of a new character, the Glorian.
Yeah. Not one of my favorites. No.
I don't think. I don't know if he ever showed up again. He might have showed up once.
Well.
And then we've got who is the Shaper?
Yes. That's 187, right?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, this is 191. I'm sorry.
191. Yeah. I have the Don Rosa copy of that. Has a little certificate on the back. I don't have it in this room, doggone it, but I don't think Mr. Rosa really cared. I think he was just grabbing books back then, and he sold a bunch of them. So I have his copy. So.
That's cool. Out of his collection.
What you got there is a great cover.
192. Yes, I agree. I like that cover.
Yeah, that's just sweet.
And then we got another nice cover here with old Doc Samson. Trying to put the numb on the Hulk right there. And then we've got the Locust. And his giant bugs.
I wonder if the Locust ever fought Ant-Man.
Oh, I don't know. That'll be interesting.
or the Beetle, or
crossover, do a Blue Beetle.
Yeah.
We got 195. We got the return of the Abomination.
Yeah, there we go.
Fighting in an amusement park. And then we got 196. This looks like a Gil Kane cover. Can always tell a Gil Kane cover. I love Gil Kane. I just want to preface by saying that. But you can always tell a Gil Kane cover because you're either looking up the nose or down the nose.
Yep.
197.
I am not the biggest Gil Kane fan, and I try to kid Eric Breen about that. He's a Gil Kane fan.
I do. I like Gil Kane's work. That's just something I've always noticed about his artwork.
I thought he did great on Spider-Man, And maybe it's because Spider-Man's wearing the mask and you can't see the nostrils. But I thought he did really good on Spider-Man. And I kind of wish he would have just stayed there. And he did. The other characters, were really good. I just thought he really shined in Spider-Man. I probably don't care for him in other places, but he's talented. I'll give him that.
Yeah. I like his work because it's very smooth.
Sure.
That's what I liked about it. It's very smooth. The muscles and everything. His guys were more sinewy than muscle bound type of thing.
Yeah.
But okay, we got 198. We got the Hulk still teaming with the Man-Thing.
Excellent.
And now we get back with, we're still only 25 cents and it's 199. And we got Doc Samson back again.
Doc Samson's just a great character.
Yeah, I agree. And here we are
with 200.
Number 200. I remember.
Of course,
here's
the variant cover. Yeah, people that are watching this episode,
you have to look real high. There we go.
Yeah,
that's
the variant. So,
I can remember picking this up at the Stop and Go store in my hometown. My grandfather used to go every day and pick up a newspaper for my dad and him, and I would ride with him sometimes. And I picked this up, and it literally should take me probably 3 minutes to walk from his house to my house at the time, my grandfather's house to our house. But it took me about a half hour or so because I read this all the way, and I'd take one step and I'd be into the story and I'd be reading. It took me a half hour to get home. Oh, it's funny the things that stick with you, the memories that come with a book, Here we go with 201. And I'm not sure.
Oh, fabulous cover. You could be right out of Conan. Just beautiful.
I think that's what they want us to think.
Yeah.
But. All right. And then
We're now into Sal Buscema artwork, or Sal Buscema, I should say. Yeah, great cover. Great cover. How often do you see a warthog on a Marvel comic?
That's true. You don't see it too often. Not enough. There's not enough warthog representation.
No, there's not.
On it. And now we've got 203, and you showed Cyclops before in the reprint of Avengers 88, I think it was. And now he's back. Yeah. He's back. Old Bug Eyes is back.
It's a great cover.
It is.
Absolutely great.
There's so many really, really good Hulk covers. There really is.
And these 200s are fabulous coming up.
204 with the Kronos, the Master of Time. I thought it was Kang.
That's right. That's
somebody trying to horn in on his trademark, yeah. And we've got the Crypto Man.
Yeah, they reverted back to that art style. It's really good. Interiors are Sal Buscema.
And I liked, however you want to say his name, Buscema. I used to say Buscema.
Right.
But I liked his version of the Hulk. The savage Hulk, stronger Hulk gets. I mean, the madder Hulk gets, the stronger he gets. I like that. Never was a fan of the whatever you would call him. What do they call him? Professor Hulk? Is it they call him Professor Hulk, where he's got Banner's brain now and stuff. Yeah. Never was a fan of in the comics. Wasn't a fan of it in the movie. But here we go with 206. That
Great, good poster.
Yep.
That's a poster image, a trademark.
Yep, classic image. And we got 207.
Yeah, the Defenders.
Yep, I love the Defenders, the early Defenders.
Yes.
Then they got a little diluted, crazy towards the end of that, the middle to end of it. But in fact, in my top 10, Submariner, I think it's 34 and 35, which were the precursor to the Defenders, where they all showed up. That's still one of my favorite stories and two of my favorite covers. 208.
And that's a great cover. It's not a real super villain everybody recognizes or anything like that, but it's a great cover. He's getting ready to swing and the bullets, and it's action. And
exactly action. That's what you want in a cover. That's what I want in a cover. I want action. 209, and my buddy's back.
One of my favorite stories, and I'm going to show some scans from it.
Okay.
There's the cover, and this is beautiful. The cover artist, there's three artists given credit: Ed Hannigan, Frank Giacciola, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, and Danny Crespi. But I think the primary one was Ed Hannigan. And that is just beautiful. The Absorbing Man, what a great villain. And he's looking gigantic here. And you really feel like the Hulk's in trouble. And he's doomed. So here's the great fight. Of course, it has Sal Buscema artwork in it, where he is molten hot because of this construction site. And you actually get the feeling that the Hulk is in trouble here, because the Absorbing Man is so confident of his abilities here, and he's really putting the hurt on him. And just when you think it's all over, the Hulk gets even angrier and brings the whole house down. And as a little boy, I thought this was the greatest story in the world. And he's just so carefree. He knows he can just reach out and touch anything, and he'll survive this fall. And he touches glass.
What's they say about karma?
Yeah. And of course, he crashes down at the end. And I remember being blown away as a little kid, thinking that is the greatest story. And I didn't see it coming. And anytime they can just catch you by surprise or just impress you, probably that period of time is one of my favorite times. So yeah, I'm just 6 years old. That stuff is awesome.
I agree with you, man. The stuff, looking at these, some of these I haven't seen in a long time, takes me right back to being a kid. I can remember stuff I was thinking as I was reading the book. I don't know if that's good or bad. Maybe I never grew up. So
now, according to chronology, right after that 209 should come this annual. Some people put the annuals in the back of the box, but if I know that it kind of goes there, I'll just put it right next to it. That was annual 6. And coming up is Hulk 210.
Yep.
And
right there.
That's a great cover too. The interiors are still Sal Buscema, and the great Ernie Chan has come in, and this is a sample of their collaboration. Ernie Chan is just fabulous. He was also called Ernie Chua, but just beautiful work there, and taking Sal's Sal's drawings, and just highlighting them perfectly.
I agree. And we got 211.
Great cover.
Yes, I really like this one too.
And I kind of like Dr. Druid. I've always kind of liked him. He kind of went a little crazy.
Yeah, they kind of he became an Avenger, and then something happened. He went off the deep end or something.
Yeah, some Lady Kang took over his mind or something.
Oh. And we got 212. And I've always been on the fence with this villain, the Constrictor. There's parts of it I like, and then other parts of it that they just think, oh, okay, that's kind of bizarre or weird. But I don't know. I just
him and Whiplash would get their cables caught or tied up.
Yeah, they can make a tag team. And we got 213,
which is a great cover, but you're almost into the realm of Shogun Warriors or crazy robots you could control.
Oh, yeah. Voltron. Here we go with, this one's got a character I like in it.
Jack of Hearts.
You got it. 214, Jack of Hearts.
My first introduction to him was Rom. And I missed a lot of these Hulk. Yeah, Rom. And he really hurt Rom, and therefore I didn't like Jack of Hearts for a while.
I don't think I saw him in Rom. I think I saw him. He had his own stint in one of those like Marvel Premiere or Marvel.
He may have had a 4-issue limited series or something too.
Oh, that might have been it. Maybe that was it. We got 215. Yeah, it looks like old Thunderbolt Ross is in some trouble here.
Action cover.
Old Greenskin's coming for him.
Hey, that By Beast is coming up.
You got it. He's back.
Oh, man.
Got a long way to go out of that plane or whatever it was they falling out of. Oh, and then we got the Circus of Lost Souls with the Ringmaster.
Now, we started off with the Hulk 11 magazine. He's at a circus. Of course, Avengers 1, he's at a circus. And he's having a lot of trouble with circuses.
And which was it? It was in one of the Avengers where he was dressed like a clown or something.
Yeah, Avengers 1.
Yeah, and then that I think that had an influence. I think it was Gratu Orloff was talking about it. Had an influence on the guy who actually wrote the theme for the Hulk 66 cartoon, where it says "Ain't no monster clown," and that's supposedly I think where it came from. I think, but who knows?
Oh yeah. That theme writer, you're right.
Yeah, because I always thought that theme was that's not a theme for the Hulk. I mean, the Hulk's tough. He's a monster. Ain't no monster clown. What's a clown? I don't know. But 218. Doc is back.
And this next one is a great Ernie Chan cover.
And here we go with 219.
Just look at that. That is just beautiful.
A lot of detail there.
Yes. Ernie Chan is a great artist.
Yes. You still don't hear a whole lot about him, but he did some really great work.
Sure did.
And a lot of it. Here we go with 220.
Yeah, I remember this story. I felt so sorry for that guy that's captured in the back. He, if I remember correctly, he saves the day, but he doesn't survive the issue. Great story. This was a great time to be a kid reading these, I tell you.
Oh yeah. All right. And we got 221 with a guest appearance by Stingray out of the Submariner series. And then we got 222, room 222.
$223 is the poster.
Yep. There we go with 223.
That is beautiful.
That's a good one. That's a cool one right there.
I have Rich Buckler for the artist on that. But the cover says Valadar and Ernie Chan. So my notes are probably wrong.
224.
Sweet.
It looks pretty massive right there. And I like this cover. 225. Right up close. Urgh. There's another real close-up one, but it's only a close-up of his fist. I can't remember what Captain America issue it was, but it shows the Hulk's fist on the shield crushing Cap into a building. I love that cover, man. That's it just has such gravitas to it. You know, it's like, oh, it's gotta hurt. 226.
There's vandalism right there.
And we got the Avengers in 227.
Chronologically, just before that is Hulk Annual 7.
Oh, sorry.
No problem. No problem.
With the X-Men.
Yeah, Angel and Iceman. And then go ahead with the Avengers there.
All right.
Great stuff.
That's like a flashback story, I think, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, Iron Man's mask has those pointy, like when he had Avengers 3 or something. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was like his second version or whatever.
Yeah.
228 with Moonstone.
Yeah, she was a tough villain.
Yes, she was. And she wound up showing up in Cap somewhere. I remember seeing her in that. Was she part of the Secret Empire, the original Secret Empire storyline, I think?
Yeah.
There we go with number 229. Doc Samson making the save of Moonstone.
Yeah, I would duck that tank, not try to catch it.
Yeah, that's not going to end well if you don't. We got 230. You picked a fine time to leave me, loose wheel. All right. Okay.
You got a great cocktail waitress coming up here, 231.
Yeah. There we go with 231.
Is yours a, I guess, newsstand? I have both the price tags there. So one is a blank UPC.
Yep. Nope. I just got the regular newsstand one.
And then before we get to Hulk 232, it's Captain America 230.
Yeah, there we go.
So you need that one first, and then you get to the conclusion of Hulk 232.
I love that cover though. That just smashing that shield.
Yeah.
Because old Cap looks like, man, this is no fun.
Yeah, he's not having a good day.
And we got 233 with Marvel Man, formerly Marvel Boy. And then what became Quasar or something like that? Didn't he become Quasar or something?
Yeah, I think so. That's an Al Milgrom cover. Not too shabby.
No, not bad at all. And we got 234. We're still 35 cents.
Yeah, Marvel's TV sensation.
Yep. And what was that, about 35 cents? Because now we're at 40.
Yeah.
And Machine Man making a guest appearance. And back again for part 2.
Yeah, Al Milgrom is the cover artist on that one.
236. I don't know how some of you guys can keep track of who, unless it's like somebody that I really know, like Jim Aparo or Neil Adams or Steranko or somebody like that. I can never keep who. I would never remember that was Al.
Well, I'm cheating because on the back, I have all this little pertinent information and cover artist, how much I paid for it, that type of deal.
You do that for all your comics?
I half.
I was going to say, man, there's no way I could. It'd take me another lifetime to do that for all my books.
like a lot of comic collectors, I get lazy. So,
well, I got real lazy. Oh, here we go with 237.
And after that one comes Hulk Annual number 8.
With Sasquatch from Alpha Flight. All righty. And then we're back in the regular series for 238.
Yeah,
I'd like to be that guy.
Fantastic cover.
Yeah. 6 days on the road, and I'm going to meet the Hulk.
Paula was saying, I said earlier, Valadar was a cover artist I never really heard of. It's Rich Buckler under a pen name.
I never knew that. I never even heard of that. Wow. That's cool to know. I never knew that. All right, we got 239.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I do have the other one. I don't. Somebody, do you know why they crossed that out? I know somebody talked about it somewhere, and I can't remember what it was about. Why they would actually put a cross line through that.
I don't know the answer. Mine is just a typical newsstand.
Yeah,
but it probably went to a place where they knew they weren't going to scan it, and probably just a store, not a grocery store or a newsstand.
Yeah. One. All right. Now we get 240. Yep. Which has got a pretty cool cover.
Fantastic.
And 241.
Yeah. Not my favorite.
No.
It's a good drawing.
Yeah.
But, I'd just rather see the Hulk.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. Not a fan of that cover. 242.
Yeah, Tyrannus, whatever his name is, back.
Yep. And then is that Zach? No, that's Tyranny. Tyrannus.
Oh, yeah, he went all nuclear or something.
Yeah.
Now, after that issue, I think chronologically, this Iron Man, it's a 3-part story, takes place because it's the only it's the only place I can. It's the only place I can put them time wise, because this stuff has to happen before they move on. And these are great Iron Man covers.
I was going to say that second one is one of my favorite Iron Man covers.
Oh yeah, this chains.
Yeah, that one right there. I love that one. That's so cool. That
you
is
almost,
so neat.
Because they're underwater, you can almost imagine the Submariner doing that.
Yep.
And then right after that would be She-Hulk 1.
Yep.
Before you get into 244, which is a crazy appearance of the I think is it the Colossus?
Yeah, I believe it's it had its own series. I believe that wasn't that the Colossus. It's something that it seems like there's a word I'm missing in it. The Living Colossus. I think that
yes.
Yeah.
So which he kind of started in I think Strange Tales or one of those old monster books.
Yep.
And then they kind of restarted them again.
Yeah, wasn't it Supernatural Tales, I think, or something like that?
Astonishing Tales.
Astonishing Tales?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
245.
Sweet. Well, we agree, Gra, too.
Oh, yeah.
How can you go wrong looking at the whole
Thank you.
books?
Yeah. And we got 246 with Captain Marvel.
Yeah. And I look at the face of him in that armor. Man, just got defeated by the Hulk. And here comes Captain Marvel. And I miss this Captain Marvel. I really do.
I do too. I would go so far as to say I miss him when he had the silver hair.
Sure.
I'm not going to say I miss the green outfit, but
no, it's typical Kree warrior looking.
I mean, it was cool. It was cool, but I like that one, the 70s one. 247 now.
Yeah, bizarre monster cover.
Yep. Coming at you.
Oh, Paulo was correcting me. Good. Tales to Astonish. I thought I said Strange Tales or something. Yeah, and then Astonishing Tales. He had near the end of that run.
Okay. Thank you. 248. I can never keep all that stuff straight in my head. I just marvel at people like Paulo who can do that have that knowledge, and like Eric Breen is another one that can keep it. You do it. Even Grotto does it. Grotto rather does it. I just don't have that mental capacity, I guess.
Now try to go in close on that the villain there. This is Michael Golden artwork. It is just absolutely beautiful. He did some great covers, like ROM number 8. Fabulous artist. I wish he did more, but just beautiful stuff. And by the way, he's on TV, in case you didn't know that. Marvel's TV sensation. Now, get some Ditko action.
I was just going to say, now, I like Ditko's work on his Charlton stuff. I like his Spider-Man. For me, he was not the artist that should be doing the Hulk. I don't know. I just was not a fan of his Hulk.
Yeah, and about this time he did annual number 9 too, I think.
Yeah, he did another one, I remember.
He would come back to Marvel every now and then, but would never touch Spider-Man.
Nope. Wouldn't you love to be a fly on the wall at some of them conversations he had with Marvel higher-ups coming back? And then this is the last one in this long box. We got issue 250 with the Silver Surfer, baby. Norrin Rad. So, and that's a square bound. I'm a sucker. Anybody knows me, I love the Marvel square bounds, especially the stuff from the Golden Age, from the Silver Age. Their Marvel Westerns and Marvel Tales and all those things like that. The only one I didn't show out of that box. Oh, yes.
There's 251,
3D Man.
another Michael Golden cover.
I liked that 3D Man character. I did. I wished he'd had gotten more.
Chronologically, he'd be doing a Marvel team up. One of the rare non-Spider-Man team ups.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
And I remember these next two from my childhood. I thought these creatures were fabulous. The centaurs, the minotaur. I just ate that stuff up, and I tried drawing that elephant guy several times. And there's a human in this story, a guy with he's a hippie, a blonde, and he falls for one of these bird ladies. And as a young lad, I often kind of wonder how that went. Did they try to have children? It's kind of weird. And then these guys, these UFOs.
Oh, the UFOs.
They're fabulous.
Yes. I agree. I really like them.
Why didn't they fight the Fantastic Four? That would be awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I like those characters. They were very, very cool.
And a good Thor.
Yep. That was always a good throwdown. Hulk and Thor.
Yeah, we could probably keep going on the Hulks, but did we want to discuss the Fly?
Sure. I got one more Hulk to show.
Oh, sure. Go ahead.
And this is my all-time favorite cover of all the books I have. And it's a Hulk, and it's the King Size Special #1 by Steranko. Well, at least all but the face is done by Steranko.
Right.
I can't remember who did the face after him.
I cover that in a video called Silverage Alterations. It was Murray Severin.
Okay.
Did the face.
I knew it was a different face. But this is signed by Steranko. I got to meet him at the Boston convention about 4 or 5 years ago, and I got to tell you, he was phenomenal. I mean, for his age, he was extremely engaging with the audience, people standing in line, whether it was your turn or not, whatever. He was so cool. I really enjoyed him. I hope to get to see him again and have some more books signed by him, because he was really a joy to see and meet. So, all right. So you want to get on to the Fly?
Well, I know you're going to want to turn in soon, and the Fly is a good series too. May not be as cool as the Hulk, but while you're looking for a few there,
yeah, I'm here. I'm trying to restack them here so they don't fall over on me here.
Here is number 28, and this is the Archie line of superheroes, and so the Fly predated Spider-Man, and here he is catching like a torpedo, and the bad guy he gets to be on the cover too. Little window there. Not a bad hero. I think he's pretty good.
No, I enjoyed him. I enjoyed all those characters. The Fly, Jaguar, the Fox, Black Hood,
the Web.
The Web, yeah. I enjoyed all those characters. I really enjoy. I wish I could have found my Mighty Crusaders, but they're somewhere. I don't know why I would have moved them, but and I start off with Fly issue number 5.
Let me get you full screen.
And I don't have anywhere near a full run of these, although I pick them up when I can. So
to make Paulo happy here,
yeah,
we'll show 261. He wanted to
Absorbing Man. Yeah. Hey, anytime you want to show a absorbent
Well,
man, I'm down for that.
if we can, we'll try to please you. So,
I'm telling you, I love that villain. That's just a great villain. All right, now we got the fly number 6.
Society News.
Yeah. And we got fly number 7.
Yeah, now that cover, the way he's talking to himself, it almost reminds me of a DC comic like Strange Adventures or Adam Strange or something like that, where we're going to get a little explanation here in the dialogue or something and set the stage.
Where he becomes public enemy number 1. Excuse me. All right, we got fly number 8.
He's a really cool design. And the green and yellow, it's pretty good. I'd kind of like to see him with somebody like a Yellow Jacket, something, a good team up, but of course never happened. But.
That would be that definitely would be interesting. And we've got him meeting Cat Girl here in issue number 9. Cat Girl.
I think she was in love with the Fly. I don't remember. I don't remember.
And we've got number 11.
Great cover.
Got to have a dinosaur cover in there. And then we got number 12.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd like to see that monster show up and fight Kazar and Sabu or whatever that tiger's name.
Yeah, Sabu. And didn't have this one. I don't know what issue this one is. I didn't write it down. I had them all written across the top, but I don't have the. Let's see. It could be anything. But it's somewhere between 12 and 23.
Yeah, her name escapes me.
Fly Girl?
Oh, Fly Girl. Yeah, and with rap music, the term Fly Girl became an attractive girl or whatever, street talk slang or something.
Oh, okay.
Fly Girl. Yeah.
And we got the Fly number 23. I got two copies of this. I don't know why. I think one of them might have been really beat up.
Sure.
So, yeah, upgraded it. And we got number 24.
Just a simple, good concept, nicely drawn, nothing too flashy.
And this cover always reminded me of the 66, 67 Spider-Man cartoon. There's a thing where he crawls down in the web, and it just strikes me the same kind of pose that the Fly is doing there. I can hear the music in my head. Dun, 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 dun. 27. The Fly and Fly Girl.
Fly Girl is pretty good looking.
Maybe that's why that term came about, like you were saying. We got number 28.
Yeah. Yours might be better than mine because mine had a little niche in his costume.
Oh yeah,
like an old tape pole or something. So.
Mine's okay, I guess. It's got even got a what do you call it? Date stamp.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So so, but it's kind of got a few marks on the spine there, and then we've got number 35. And this is after it's become Flyman now.
Yeah.
And they started backup features.
And that cover box top logo.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're trying to be Marvel.
I mean, Mighty Comics Group, Marvel Comics Group.
Yeah.
So,
but the shield looks great. The shield is a great costume design.
Yep. In fact, I got one with him on it there. We got number 37. And I don't have 38 and 39, but after 39, it became Mighty Comics Presents. And I do have those, if you want me to show the rest of those.
Sure, if you got them.
Yeah.
That's a great cover.
This is 40.
Yeah.
So they just kept the number and they just changed the content. So hold on, let me just grab them. The rest of them here. Speaking of the shield, here's 41.
Very, very nice.
Now, wasn't there some
and with that title
about the shield being ahead of Captain America? Or
vice versa? That goes way back to Pep Comics number 1.
Right.
With the triangular or pointed shield, not a round disc. But that title, the shield, I mean, that's like Nick Fury shield, and boy, it's just that's competition right there.
Yeah. And then we got number 42 with the black hood.
Yeah, interesting title design with the eyes.
And here we have the shield and the web in number 43. I always liked titles like that when they'd put two individual characters together and they'd put their logos on together, like Brave and the Bold and stuff.
Yes.
I just loved that. I always loved that. I got two of these for some reason, but that's all right. And then we got number 44, another black hood. Pretty cool. I got 2 of those as well. And now the shield returns, number 45.
Very good.
And the black hood is back with number 47. And the shield returns yet again with number 48.
Yeah, it's just a great logo.
It is
great.
Yep, I got 2 of those. I must like the shield. And then we got a new entrant, Steel Sterling, Man of Steel, in number 49.
Yeah, his old Golden Age stuff. The art wasn't that great, but what a name! What a name!
Steel Sterling. I get 2 of those. And then let's see, I believe it's the last issue of the run. it's the black hood, and they went to almost a full cover.
Yeah.
Almost.
I just don't know if the villains were that memorable, and that might have been part of the downfall.
And then they had this one-shot square bound right here. Superheroes versus supervillains.
It's a great looking book.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. Again, I'm a sucker for square bounds. And the other thing I wanted to show when you were talking about the Shield is I don't have too many actual Archie books like Archie and them, but I do have this Jughead, and it's 132, and it's got the Mighty Crusaders on the cover.
Yeah. Excellent.
So I think there's like 2 other ones from Jughead or Archie or something that has them guest star on the cover or whatnot. So I'm still hunting those down, but that's it. Do you have any of the Shadow?
I did. Wasn't that a bizarre? Yeah.
I used to have the whole run, and I don't know what happened to it, and now I've only got what is it, number 2 and number 7.
And
So,
they change him in midstream for some reason. Just weird. It's like we want that name, but we don't want to put the little red handkerchief mask on him or anything. We're going to make him a superhero. So.
And the last group, I don't know if you want me to show them or not, is my Adventures of the Jaguar.
Oh, no, I think he's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, he's one of my favorites of the, I call him the Mighty group, whatever. This is Jaguar number 1.
Yeah, every now and then, one of those little bitty Archie digests where it's just, like a Betty and Veronica. But every now and then they throw in a Jaguar story. Now, of course, it's real tiny because they had to shrink it down for a little pocketbook. But I used to think, who is this guy? I'd never heard of him. Yeah. These are great.
Now I have 2 and 3, but they're not in here with the rest of them. What happens is sometimes I'd put them in my old spinner rack, not this one here, but I bought a modern one. And when I took them out, I would just take them out and put them in a long box rather than take the time to put them back in each of the other ones. So I got a feeling that's where a lot of this stuff wound up. So we got Jaguar number 4. Whoops. I got something on my screen here. There we go. Jaguar number 4. The return of Cat Girl. Right? Yep, Cat Girl. Jaguar number 5. I like this cover. But did I not write it? I don't know. I think this is Jaguar number 7.
Yeah, bizarre. That's a bizarre looking villain.
Yeah, it is. All I can think of when I see this is that toy from the 60s, the Great Garloo, I think it was. That's what I think of when I see that. I'm like, either that or Shrek.
Yeah.
Then we got Jaguar number 8.
Yeah, the robot could be a little not bad. We're trying to be nice here.
That's it. We'll cut him some slack. Jaguar number 10.
Yeah, a lot better.
Jaguar number 11. Jaguar number 12. Jaguar number 13.
So is that a Black Panther head or what? What's the villain?
Yeah, he's got some kind of a like a they like one's got a tiger mask.
Okay.
I say tiger mask, and being a wrestling fan, I'm thinking the wrestling.
Yeah.
And then this one's like a Black Panther style mask. Yeah. So, and then I believe this is 14. Yep, number 14.
That's a good cover. That's a real good cover.
Yeah. Very simplistic.
Yeah.
It's okay. He's a hero. He's going to go save that person in the car, Very simplistic. And then I love this cover. And this is number 15. I believe this is the last issue of the series.
Wow.
Oh.
Those are seldom seen.
Yeah. Don't hear about too many of those, the Mighty Comics groups. You don't hear too much about those. They don't get a whole lot of the spotlight like, the big, it could be the big three now with Charlton getting in there. So, but I enjoy those. I'm a sucker for those oddball type superheroes, so stuff like from the American Comics group, Nemesis and Magic Man and that type of stuff. I gravitate towards those for some reason. I just love collecting them.
Now, I didn't pull it out for tonight's show. Somewhere on the other side of the house, I have The Fly went on to, I think, was it Red Circle Comics or Now Comics?
Well, no, they did the Red Circle.
Yeah.
They did that for a while, and then I think they jumped over to DC, and they did the Impact line.
Impact,
I think
that's it. That's it.
So, which was Metza. But, I enjoyed the Red Circle ones because I think they were truer to the characters. I think than the DC ones were.
Yeah, the Red Circle books looked a little like Charlton.
Yep,
I thought they were pretty good.
Yep, I enjoyed them. I got them somewhere. I just don't have them in with these, but I did enjoy those. So,
well, I thank you for showing all those. I know Paulo has already gone to bed, but I dug out another quick UFOs cover.
Ah, man,
so this is number 276. So good stuff.
If they do another Hulk movie, I wish those would be the villains that they would have, the UFOs. I think there's so much they could do with those.
Yeah, it's hard to put my finger on it, but you just like them. You kind of root for them to succeed, even though they're the bad guys. But
they just appeared in the Immortal Hulk series.
Okay.
And it was just very cool. Just very cool.
I don't go past, I guess, 400 or whatever it was. The one where Betty is they're turning her into a crystal.
Into a crystal.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, it gets kind of.
Well, it gets funky.
It's kind of wild like that, It's.
Plus, the numbering system was. I don't know. It's. They renumbered them, and then later on started another one, and now we're going to make it legacy numbering.
Yeah,
it's just hard to keep track of, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, then the art got a little crazy. That guy that did Pitt or something, comes over. MODOK characters always fascinate me, and I'm kind of wondering how did this person, how should I say it delicately, use the restroom, shall we say? I mean, did somebody come around behind him and hook up a hose and siphon all that off.
Things that make you go,
Yeah. You can only get this kind of commentary on the Graphic Man channel, so that's why no one does it before.
Oh man, it's been such a ball. I've had a blast.
You can't go wrong showing a bunch of Hulk things.
Not in my world, that's for
even
sure.
even oddball stuff, or
I love it.
or just the Hulk just brings everybody back to their childhood, and it's just phenomenal stuff. I love it.
Yep.
The magazines, the books. Out in the other side of the house, I have little figurines. So of course, I have little cars with the Hulk on them. He's just a great character. And I don't think Marvel knew what they had. And it was sad to see that only 6 issues. But I kind of think they wanted to make room for the Avengers, because that's where he shows up real soon after being canceled. And I kind of think they took Hulk off the stand so they could replace it with Avengers. But they give us Avengers and X-Men.
Yeah. Very, very true. That could very well have been the reason.
Lead paint, I don't know the answer to that.
Do something with those characters to keep their rights.
And what did you call that title? Was it Impact Comics? That's a DC.
It was an imprint for DC. They called it Impact. Yeah, they did it. When was that? The 80s? I think it was the late 80s, maybe.
So I don't think Archie MLJ, or whatever you want to call it, I don't think they have the rights to fly anymore. But
I don't know, because they just put out, Archie just put out a new, what was it? I don't have it, but it's a new, like a new Crusaders thing.
Okay.
It was a generational thing where now the kids of those heroes have taken up the mantle. And there's something going on with the original Shield. He's gone crazy or something like that, and they've got to try and rein him in or something. It was just a one shot. They just put it out, I believe, last month. I picked it up. I've got it somewhere, but I have no idea exactly where.
So what we can guess from that is either they retained the rights or loaned the rights out to DC.
That's what I would think. I think they loaned them out.
Or they're just saying, okay, this is the next generation. These are their kids. And maybe that's how they can get around, like if I wanted to start a book about Captain America's child, I probably couldn't refer to Steve Rogers or anything, but
well, they do have the Shield. They do have the Shield character in it. There's actually the Shield, the original Shield, and the Shield's son, and then the next generation of them. So the 2 original Shields are in there. So I don't know how that would work, but I'm hoping it was just a one shot. And I think they were testing the waters. I'm hoping it takes off, because I would love nothing more than to see some form of the Crusaders back, even if they're mentoring the younger group or whatever, But I would just love to see Archie superheroes come back.
Jambo here wants Hulk and Archie to do a crossover. Picture this, Jambo. Bruce Banner is in Riverdale, and he needs a job because he's always needing a job. He gets a substitute teacher. He comes in and interviews with Mr. Weatherby, and he's teaching Archie and Jughead in class. And Reggie spills something. It causes all kinds of chaos, and Bruce Banner turns into the Hulk, and then hilarity would ensue. There's your crossover. Now you see why they didn't probably do such a story like that.
Who knows? They did one with the Punisher, right?
Yeah.
I mean, who would have thunk that?
You got to think, I told you were thinking logically earlier, poor Bruce Banner, his Social Security will not be worth anything, because over the years, that poor guy has needed job after job. He gets a job for a day and a half. Something goes wrong. And then he wakes up in some other state, doesn't know where he's at. I bet you he doesn't have 30 cents saved up in Social Security.
No 401k for him.
No, he better hope that he gets a job with the military or SHIELD or something. I don't know what they're doing with the Hulk these days, but I'm sure his financial situation is a mess. So
He should have stayed on Planet Hulk.
Yeah.
But no, man.
Well, thank you so much. Beg pardon?
I said we went through some books, didn't we?
Oh yeah.
Holy mackerel! I did not think we would get through that many that quick.
I mean, I still got stacks of them. I didn't have to show them. You had great copies to begin with. Yeah, I just love the Hulk, and we could do this sometime with the Thor and Captain America.
Yeah, yeah.
So
all those great staples, those major heroes of Marvel, or even if you want to do some of DC, got some of those too. But yeah, I love those. Daredevil, Iron Man, Submariner, Cap, Thor.
Yeah,
all those. I mean, I grew up with them, so I mean, they're so cool.
They're great characters. Absolutely great characters.
Yes.
Well, we're about at the time you wanted to sign off. So once again, thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, thank you.
It's been great. And I hope the people will just check this out on the rerun and get a good kick out of it. So, well, thank you, Basil.
Yes, thank you, Basil. Yeah, I had a ball. Thank you so much for asking me on. I love just being able to share my collection with folks, and to have a forum like that and have you invite me on. I really appreciate it. I had a blast as usual.
Well, thank you for showing us the Zax action figure. I didn't know such a thing existed, and I love talking about the little paperback book, and you're able to turn around and grab it. That's just fantastic.
Don't forget the Absorbing Man action figure.
Oh yeah. Great character.
Oh, so much fun, man. It really is so much fun. What other hobby can you have so much fun?
Not stamp collecting.
Coin collecting?
Yeah.
What? I don't know.
I have one or two coins. That's about it. So,
I mean, between comics and old TV guides and wrestling magazines and action figures and everything else. Holy mackerel, keeps me busy.
I think models and little kits like that, cars and stuff, I find fascinating. But comic books, like when we went through Hulk 209, the Absorbing Man, reaching out and grabbing that glass, that just stories like that are fantastic. And when they're well drawn by Sal, that's just icing on the cake. So
Yep, I agree. For me, maybe it's not for everybody, but the art is what catches me first. If the art catches me, then okay, let's hear what the story's about. I think you can still have a bad story, but a good artist can make it look good. So like I said, I love guys like Neil Adams. He's my favorite artist. Jim Aparo, the Buscemi's or Buscemi's, however you say their name. Those guys. Johnny Romita. Love those guys. Comics themselves are. I've always looked at it as they are snapshots of my childhood.
Definitely.
Because you can pull out almost any book and you can have a memory that goes with it. You know, whether it's where you bought it or who bought it for you or where you picked it up, where you found it, and maybe you found it in somebody's attic or their basement or who knows. But it always has a story or a memory attached to it for me. You know,
Absolutely.
And, that just makes it all that much more fun.
A couple more comments here. You're welcome, Zombo.
Thanks, Jumbo.
Yeah, Herb Trent, excellent.
Hulk
had some really good artists, and they all have different styles, but kind of like all of them, they're really good.
Yeah,
even Ditko, he tried, but
it's like ice cream. You know what flavor? It doesn't matter. It's ice cream.
That's right. Right. Well, we thank everybody for watching. As always, our sponsor is Thrilling Comics. Make sure you go out and get many copies of this before they all disappear. And
Hulk cereal.
Hulk cereal. Was it green?
Yeah, no, it wasn't. It had marshmallows. It was kind of like Lucky Charms type of cereal.
Okay.
So,
yeah, it's a good go-to cereal when they want to just put out, They did something with Spock on the cover one time with Star Trek called Vulcan Fury. It was a video game, I think. So yeah, I forget it, but well, gang, I hope you all enjoyed it, and it was a blast, and hope to do this again sometime. And thank you once again for coming on. This was tremendous.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Your collection's fabulous, and thank you for decorating. You didn't have to do that for us, but wonderful.
Oh man, it's the Hulk. I couldn't just come on and show some books, man. It's the Hulk. I gotta have Hulkamania going.
That's right. Well, Hulk smash, and hopefully we smashed it out of the park tonight. And as I like to end all my broadcasts, I like to say happy drawing. So happy trails, everybody, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.